For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below. Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on a lovely new tent from Vango. This here is the Vango Azura 600XL. So the Azura basically is a new model in the range, and there's quite a lot actually going for it. So it's completely inflatable, so every beam obviously pumps up from individually from a point, as you can see from the outside. But this sits in kind of Vango's XL collection. Now it uses the Sentinel Dura fabric, so essentially what it's kind of is, it's got colour lock in it. So there's a whole new concept for 2019 that essentially the joys of colour lock kind of makes the fabrics last twice as long as they would normally. What it also does as well, it sort of, as the name suggests, it kind of lock the colour in, so you don't necessarily lose that when you get sort of the UV sunlight sort of bleaches it, which we've all probably experienced in the past. Generally, the joys of this is actually it means that you can use essentially a lighter weight fabric to keep the weight down, but you still get the performance level and the strongness and durability of a higher spec fabric. So it means you again smaller pack sizes, easier to get it in the boot of the car, less to take and sort of lug around. So that's kind of the whole concept of colour lock. This essentially was, like I said, works, the kind of fabric and weight it's more similar, even though we're not kind of talking about denier because it's kind of irrelevant these days, is more like a 70 denier, but it kind of lasts and performs like a 150 without the weight, if that kind of makes sense to you. But generally a really nice Azure model. It's a free zone tent, so sleeping area at the back, main living area, and then also a canopy area at the front as well. It says a 600, it's ideally meant to be a 6-berth. Personally, I feel it's probably not as sort of a comfy 6-berth, where you look like the Valencia or the Tega. They all, when they say 6-berth, I'd say it does mean 6. This says a little bit snugger for width. So I think if you're looking for a 4 or a comfy 4, certainly, maybe a 5, I think this really does tick a box. And certainly with its free zone with a nice big canopy at the front, you've got plenty of room and without taking up too much room on the pitch. Generally, like I said, the blue fabric makes it really sort of stand out, and yet again a nice sort of panel at the bottom for mud skirts. You've got webbing straps on the front here as well to give you sort of better extra torsion where you need it, obviously to get that roof looking really nice and smart. The front door can be completely zipped and rolled back, and it can toggle back to here, so you have the option of having it obviously enclosed at the front, alternatively having it completely open and sort of get a good circulation at the front itself as well. You have got a kind of actually not a bad depth in the canopy that you can easily put, you know, a table or chairs or a cooking unit as such, and then still have room to sort of roam around. As you can see, there's plenty of nice PVC windows on the front to get plenty of clarity, but then you've also got low level ventilation situated sort of in the living area, just to kind of help sort of fight condensation and get a bit more, you know, cooler on the inside and takes all that moisture away. But let's talk a bit more about the Azure on the inside and talk through a few more features that sort of this offers in difference to the rest of the range. So now we're inside the Azure, you can kind of get a bit more grasp for certain space you get internally with the tent, and yet again it's kind of better to see that free zone area. So the canopy area is quite obvious, but then the living area and the sleeping area at the back. So we kind of dress the tent as you would to give you a bit more of an idea of spacing and how everything's going to work. But generally the sort of main points is, like I said, a decent depth canopy area, offers plenty of room, like I said, an extra bit of area for sort of wet shoes or anything you want to do with cooking. You've got a divisional door between two areas, like so. You've also got a mesh door as well, so you can get good circulation without sort of bugs and critters coming in as well. The new thing again for 2019 is kind of what they call this air zone panel. So no longer do you have any sort of PVC windows at the front here, it's purely mesh. So that again helps to sort of fight condensation and keep it sort of a bit more fresher on the inside as well. But you also, wherever you've got kind of, in the main living area at least anyway, the sort of front panels where you've got windows or ventilation points, you've also got the ability to get your privacy as well. So as you can see here, we've just put the little toggle divider in place just to show you kind of how, and all you're going to do really is then just kind of wind that back. There's a little retainer at the bottom just to kind of keep it out of the way and neat and tidy, so you can benefit from that extra mesh panel. I said on the outside there's also ventilation panels beneath the window in the main living area, but there's also a nice big one at the back of the bedroom. Yet again, same thing, kind of sort of help fight condensation really. One thing you've got as well is two nice big PVC windows on one side, one on the other, which allows you to get plenty of lighting, but you've also got a next door on the side here as well. There isn't any sort of like rain-safe canopy door, so I'd say really if it's chucking down with rain, you don't want to be going out through that way because the water's just going to bead in and come in. So really, when it's raining, this is going to be your main front door as such. You've also got things built into it, such as sort of little cable entry points at the bottom of the tent. Just a little, you've got one at the front down here, but you've also got one down the sides, at the back on that side, and that allows you to put the mains hook up inside the tent without having to leave the door open the whole time. And yet again, with the ability of SkyTrack system, which essentially is a little kind of beading system here, which allows you to create a hanging point anywhere in the tent next to a beam. So you can create a hanging point like so, and then just kind of keep it going from there really. Those are located on the main living area, actually the canopy area beam as well. You're not going on that side, but the other side there. And that, you've got 1, 2, and when you come to the bedroom one, it goes along the top and then down the sides as well. So you can actually, again, use the sky hooks which are provided. You get 10 in the pack. Create it so you can take the cable up to a hanging lantern like we got here, and it just keeps it all nice and tidy as such. In the bedrooms, obviously, it comes supplied with it as well, and like I said on the outside, it's probably more of a 5 or 4 berth rather than a 6 berth, just because, well, that's a double air bed, you fit in there no problem. You've got a normal single kind of in that point there, and then also in this one here is also kind of a normal single as well, and there's a little bit of room to the side, but really I'd say it's acting more of a kind of a 4. You will probably just about squeeze nearly a double air bed in all 3, but I said going next level up like the Valencia probably might be a better shout. Ventilation panels at the front to get obviously circulation to the bedroom, and then you've also got storage pockets on either side on the far end, just to put things like keys and that sort of stuff out the way. There are dividers in the bedroom area completely, but it's kind of like a toggle in, toggle out divider. So it's kind of almost like a sheet just kind of partitioning off the bedrooms, which is good for versatility. So it means you can actually just open it all up and have one big sleeping area, or then if you've got kids that want to have their little bit of privacy, you can leave that in place, and that's actually can be repositioned. So it doesn't have to be kind of as the doors are, if you see what I'm saying. You can have this little one in the middle here. So you can actually sort of split it right down the middle and have essentially like a 3 on one side and 3 on the other, or you know, a 2 and a 2. So there are sort of different ways to it. Generally, I think for the price point, it certainly offers a lot. And like I said, even when you put sort of furniture or tables and chairs in here, you've still got certainly an ample amount of room. Not maybe for 6, but certainly, like I said, for 4 or 5. And also things like low-level sort of entrances into the bedrooms help to not give yourself a trip hazard in the tent itself. But headroom height wise, I mean, I can sort of stand up quite happily in the middle. When you get to the corners, actually it's not too bad, and I think that's down to kind of their new sort of Vango's villa construction as such. Just gives you a bit more internal headroom for a smaller footprint, if you see. Same in the bedroom, you can probably actually stand up again, so you're getting changed in the mornings, not a problem. But generally, it's quite an interesting model. I think, again, like I said, if you're looking at something that's going to last you a long time, but necessarily keep the weight below sort of 30 kilograms, that's where I think this one fits quite nicely. But you can always check out our own Attwoolls pitch and packing video on this product, and it shows you how quick, simple and easy it really is to put this thing up. I think I did it on my own in about 10 minutes or so. So I think as a concept, it's a really good model, and possibly one we're looking to have on display at our indoor showroom. So do feel free to give us a call or let us know what you think of this tent in below. And we can always sort of talk from there and sort of be interested to know your ideas and what you think of it. But that's kind of our Attwoolls camping and leisure video review on the Vango Azura 600XL.